live. But some very costly mistakes that aren't yours could be bringing down that number without you even knowing it. There's a recent report by the Federal Trade Commission that revealed that 1 in every 5 Americans has an error on his or her credit report, and that as many as 42 million people may have those mistakes. And for those people, nearly half of them have significant mistakes, so serious that it could result in being overcharged for credit card debts, auto loans, and insurance policies. So what can you do to be sure your credit report is accurate? Bo Thomas is back with us on Fox 4 News at 9, and he joins us now. He's from Certified Credit Experts. Bo, it is great to see you again. This study by the Federal Trade Commission is alarming. Give us some insight into this study about some of the more startling discoveries in it.
Yeah, I think the numbers are what really shocked most people. And one thing I don't think they really pointed out that it was 8 years in the making. So it's 8 years involved in the research in this study.
8 years of data. That is a mountain of data.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's shocking to the most average consumer. I think the more they find out, the more aggravated or upset they're going to be, because 20% of the files have inaccuracies, which leaves, like you just said, 42 million. And I think a lot of people don't know what to look for. I don't think all the mistakes are even being found, because there's a lot of companies that re-age accounts. You might have an account with somebody, but is that account 100% accurate? And the Fair Credit Reporting Act says it's got to be 100%, not 98, not 99. So a lot of these companies aren't complying with the law, and it's affecting consumers.
We're going to get to what you can do to make sure that your credit report is clean, but do we know how these mistakes are happening?
My opinion, I think a lot of collection companies are doing a lot of this intentionally. You know, they're a collection, actually, the more recent the activity, the more harm it's going to have to your score. The more harm that does to your score, the more likely they are to be paid. So you see a lot of collection companies re-aging accounts to drag down the consumer's FICO. So that's not really in the report as much as it is just technical inaccuracies. You've got the wrong Bob Smith or the wrong Susie Jones. So the amount of those mistakes are alarming, but I think the more common consumer sees the accounts being re-aged. The FTC has been taking opinion letters on this for years.
Wow. Where do we go to look at our credit report?
The best place to get all three is going to be annualcreditreport.com. Now that's the website that's ran by the FTC, so they're not going to, you don't need to buy anything when you go there. Get a copy of all three reports and check it.
What do we look for when we get it?
The main thing, make sure that the wrong Bob Jones isn't there, the obvious. But the more delicate and more accurate you want to be is check and see that if I have an account with this particular company, are the dates correct? If there's negative information, is it the right age? Because that's one of the most important things to look for as well.
Okay, once we discover that there's a mistake on there, what do we need to do?
Challenge it in writing. You don't want to take advantage of what they make so easy is the online disputes. They do that because it makes it easier and cheaper for them. But if you don't do it in writing, they don't have to comply with the law. So if you catch a mistake or a violation you want to use for leverage, it's got to be done in writing. You can't do it online.
Okay, so who are we writing to?
TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. You want to dispute any of that information.
The big three credit agencies that are out there right now. And if you still need help after discovering this, what are your suggestions?
My suggestion: actually hire an expert. Of course us, but if you are going to use a credit repair company, make sure you don't work with anybody or reach out to anybody that's going to charge an upfront fee. That's a red flag. The FTC reports that as well. More than likely it's going to be a scam and someone's going to try to take your money. So go to an expert, find somebody that's not charging any upfront fees. You're only going to pay them once they get the work done.
Okay, so that's how a reputable person, like if somebody's going to go and contact you, you're not going to charge an upfront fee in order to chat with them, right?
Yeah, no, we have free consultations, and actually you only pay my company if we get the item corrected and removed. So if I'm not successful, going through the dispute process, you're not going to pay anything. So you don't pay till it goes away.
All right. Well, check out Bo because he knows what's going on with your credit report. Great to see you again, Bo.
You
Thanks
too.
for coming in this morning. Very important.